Hello, and if you're here, thank you. But let me start by saying this. There is nothing in the world wrong with you. But if you are watching this at 2 a.m. because, sleep is not happening, your body and I were clearly scheduled for this moment in time. And this video is for you, for the woman who loves deeply, who's constantly showing up, who's loyal, who's steady, and who is reliable, and who's quietly, privately exhausted by the people she genuinely loves. And that sentence alone, I bet you burp a little bit of guilt, doesn't it? Because you're not supposed to feel tired in love. You're supposed to feel grateful, fulfilled, honored you get to be needed and be of service. Am I right? And yet, here we are. So let's name this. You're not tired of loving people. You're tired of being needed without rest, without self-love, without taking care of you. And that, darling, is a difference. And this week on Substack, I wrote about what I call burnout of being needed. It's not the big, dramatic burnout. It doesn't come with a breakdown, or it might, or a meltdown, or it might. It's that slow burn, excuse the pun. It's the quiet kind, the kind where love slowly turns into labor and you aren't even aware it's happening. But your body always notices first. People become annoying when you normally love them. But that's why so many of us can wake up between 2 and 4 in the morning. And from a circadian rhythm perspective, that's when your liver is most active. It's detoxing. Physically, yeah, the crappy stuff that we will put in our little pie hole, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. It's detoxing. All that anger, that angst. And one of the emotions that it processes, this is one of the things that liver is known for, I already mentioned it, it's anger. Not explosive anger, not rage, but it's that anger that comes from being overridden, from carrying, responsibility without relief, from being the emotional home for everybody else. So if you have ever woken up tired, a little bit wired, or restless at that hour, it's not because you're broken. Your body is asking a super intelligent question, which is, when do I get to be tended to? And just recently, I asked that very question to myself. I took a day for peace. Not because life was calm, but just the opposite, because it wasn't. My mom had her second knee replacement, and my family likes to do encore performances in the hospital, and she was no different. So I was caregiving. I was being the responsible, being her advocate, loving, vigilance, all the things. And still my body said, time out, enough. So I spent the day walking for peace. Mostly in silence. I knelt as the monks walked by. I listened. I let the world move without me holding it together. And guess what? Nothing dramatic happened. The world did not end. Nothing was fixed, but something softened. Which brings me to the oracle card that showed itself for this week's message. And it comes from the Empowered Heart deck, which is right here. And this card, it's grace. And the message, as most of my cards are, is quite simple. Grace always begins inside. Because grace doesn't have to arrive once everything is handled. It doesn't show up after you've taken care of everyone else, leaving you on the very dregs of the bottom. Or you fix the situation, or you explained yourself one more time. Grace, my darling, begins inside, which means this is the part that no one loves to hear. It has to be directed from you to you first and foremost. Because grace is what's missing when love becomes exhausting. Grace is what's missing when loyalty never clocks out. Grace is what's missing when I'm fine becomes a lifestyle choice. And don't be me. And grace doesn't fix that. Grace interrupts it. Grace is the moment you stop asking yourself, what's wrong with me? And realize, oh, I think I've been doing too much without being held and supported. And this video isn't here to motivate you, inspire at you, or make you feel guilty. It's here to relieve you because I see you. Because you don't need more insight. You don't need to try harder. And you certainly don't need to love any less. I invite you to give yourself space to stop bracing. There's no need there. I just simply invite you. And if this resonates, I explored it more deeply in this week's Substack, why being needed burns women out. How the body tells us and what it begins to return when peace becomes non-negotiable. The link's below, and I'll leave you with this. Grace begins the moment you stop confusing endurance with love. I invite you to let that land. And until next week, I'm Christine Alexandria.